My 50th digging video. Holy moly, where does the time fly? Never thought that when I got into the hobby back in May 2014 that I'd be making YouTube videos. I've gotten to meet and dig with the people that I've gotten to, or even dug the finds that I've managed to find. It's been an amazing journey, and I hope to keep making videos as long as possible. And I want to thank everybody who subscribes. I know I mentioned 750 in the video at some point, but I am over 800. Thank you, everybody. It's very much appreciated you take the time to watch and comment and contribute to my videos. So, without further ado, now that I got my hard drive back, here is my dig number 50. 2 coppers. Alright, so here's stop number 1 on today's tour. A chimney pile there, and just over there is a shallow depression. There's not much to it. Behind there, there's a corner wall and a wall that goes that way, and then over this direction, see a low wall. It comes over there, comes down here, and even right in here, I think there's a little pen or something. And it's a nice flat spot as you start going up the hill. And behind here, see there's an even bigger wall. Dan's starting to work that field. We've been here maybe an hour, and I got a handful of finds, no coins, signs that somebody's been here in the past. I don't know how too long ago, maybe last year. I'm gonna beat this place up a bit more. If not, it's a long wet walk out of here. I'm soaked to the knees from that kind of stuff we had to walk through to find this place, especially being as far away as everything it is. So here's my MXT. Let's see what else we can find today. Alright, and here is my culture from this spot. I just dropped the coil 2 minutes ago. A wall running back behind there. I'm right at this, behind the chimney pile. It's going to give me about 25 or 30 on the MXT, but there it is. Really dark out. I'll have to take a better look at this when it gets a little later in the morning. But Tom back, nice dandy sized. Can't tell if there's going to be anything on it. It's pretty crusty. Yeah, that's a good sign. This site's really out there, like I said. See what the day brings us. Alright, it's only been about 3 or 4 minutes since that last Tom back, and find number 2 at the site was giving me a nice mid-60s. I was hoping it was going to be a whole shoe buckle, but I got a little piece of one anyway. And there it is. Nice fat shape. That's pretty. Maybe there's more of it around here somewhere. That's pretty good. A couple loud targets and only 5 minutes of detecting. Very nice. And there's find number 3. Still only about 20 minutes in swinging here. This is another dandy sized button, but too dark yet, but I can see a little fancy around the edge of that one, so this one's gonna have a little decoration on it. Not a tomback. So it's got to dry out a little bit. I'll take a look at it, see what it looks like. And there's my next little find. It's tough to pick it out, but might be a 2-piece button with some fancy on it. See what the back looks like. It's pretty ugly back there. But I'll definitely take that. That's a pretty big little button. I'll have to look at in the cleanup. You can see some diamonds. Nice. And always check your holes. This guy was in the same hole as that little fancy one that's got the crusty back on it. Can't tell if it's got anything on it to dry it out and clean it up. But check those holes. Alright, so since my last find, Dan and I moved on. And then we moved on again. and then we moved on again, and then we moved on again, and now we're here. Almost 6.5 hours later, and 3 other cellar holes were a bust, and we're at one hiding right here. We just got here about, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes ago, and that's my next find today. Part of a busted button. Reality metal detecting. And I think it's got a little floral pattern on it. Tough to see. But whenever I patch this video together, we'll see what it is. Let's keep digging. Alright, well, I just dug that button literally right there, and I started swinging around again. You can see a stone pile. Over there is more where the hole is as far as the stone pile goes. And I'm kind of on the edge of where the cellar hole starts, and I think I got copper number 18 for the year. Let's take a look, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a Slick Rick. And there it is, but I'm just not seeing anything on that coin. This side's got a little something to it, but that just looks rough. So, clean it up when I get home, and maybe it's a little something something. If not, it's my second Slick Rick in a row, but I'll take it. Number 18 for the year. Well, I am still bopping around the edge of the cellar hole, and I got a real screamer, and I think this was the shallow piece. It's got a rolled up piece of lead with a few holes in it, but this was right next to it. Beautiful dandy button. Still erect if you're watching the Hoover Boys videos. That's got a nice little pattern on it. That's sweet. We've only been here 15 or 20 minutes, and see how overgrown it is. And I'm going to stop and take a look at these weird tags. It's like somebody did something in this area. I don't know, you can see through the trees over there. There's a piece of rebar right there. We don't know what that's about. And there's even some red lettering spray painted. I don't think anybody was ever in here doing some sort of official excavation, because this place is polluted with goodies, but real interesting. You can see Dan sneaking through the trees over there. It's pretty tight in here. Alright, I've had a little chance to play with this post-production. I unrolled this piece of lead, and these are the 3 holes you could see. And what I believe this to be is a child's wizard toy, perhaps. If somebody else thinks it's something else, let me know. What they would have done was run string through here, come out this way, and make a long loop and tie it. So you got a big circle of string, and then they would have wound this up, pulled on it, and then as the string unwinds, this makes a whizzing sound. Most whizzers have notches cut up all around them to get that whizzing sound, but it's not always the case. You can see a very faint line running around on this side of the whizzer, and even in the center, around the center hole, I can see a faint line. If I flip it over and I don't lose focus of it, I can see an indication. It's tough to see here that there was more lines in it, possibly as a wizard toy. Like I said, I am not positive, but I'm pretty sure this is a child's wizard toy from back in the day. Let's get back to the video. There's these little tags. This whole area is riddled with little iron wire thing, and then there's numbers. There's not on that one. Oh, there it is. That one's number 915. I got one over here. Number 916. If you look over there, there's one there. And what was the other one? Oh, there's another one right there, and then one right there. It's a little tough to see. Right there and right there. I have no idea what these tags are for. I just looked all through here and I can see a bunch of them. The camera's not picking them up because the sun's in, but I don't know what they are. Alright, I haven't gone anywhere. I am actually on top of the stone pile from the chimney, and I started clearing a bunch out of sticks and throwing them off to the side here. And right up on top I got a decent tone, and copper number 2 on the day, and it looks exactly like the one I just dug. So there's the area I just dug that nice dandy button and that rolled up piece of lead, and that's where I started stacking sticks, and I started cleaning up along the chimney pile here. And there it is. That's the one I just dug. That's the one I dug, whatever, 10 minutes ago. They look identical. Same thickness, pretty much, same diameter. No idea what it is. Slick Rick number 2 in Point number 19 on the year. Holy moly. Well, my copper just came from right there on top of the pile, as you can see. And a little bit down slope from it. Underneath a bunch of rocks. Nice heavy pewter spoon handle. Nice meaty one. The bowl's down there too. I just grabbed this. Wait, why didn't we start at this site today? We wouldn't have had to go very far. Still bopping around the chimney pile here, and got me a nice little bouton. Can't tell if that's a design around the edge or not. Well, they have a little fancy around the edge. That's one we're gonna have to clean up. Post up a little picture right there of it. Very nice. This might be an untouched site, even if it doesn't have a lot. Could be an early one. It's not a very big cellar hole, and there's a fairly smallish wall going around it, so happy, happy. Well, there's where I just got that convex button with a little design on it, and that's no more than a couple feet away. Dan says he's seen some signs of digging here, but they just avoided this cellar hole at all costs. That one might be a plain button. Yeah, I don't see anything on it, but man, this little stone pile's loaded with goodies. Alright, gang. Outside of that cellar hole, I haven't gotten much. I know Dan hasn't gotten much. He said somebody's been here, obviously, he's seen a couple of old big holes. They started out great, and we had 6.5 hours of disappointment. I think it's 3 or 4 more stops, and then this last cellar hole, which kind of saved my day. And even last week, which was kind of a bummer. I didn't even bother doing any video last week. It was 2 buttons. So, thanks again for 750 subscribers. I'm sure I'm way up from that since then. And we'll see you guys in a couple weeks with something new.